The NBA offseason is about to ratchet up into overdrive now, and that means deals and trades and signings are happening soon. And when it comes to some of the biggest stars in the league, there is a lot of rumors going on about where they'll end up, what it'll cost to get them, or how much it'll cost to sign them long term. There are a lot of pieces moving around in terms of GMs and owners trying to make deals. And for Russell Westbrook, his fate does not lie in his own hands. So allow us to show you 8 Russell Westbrook trade rumors.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
Number 8. Rumor number 1, he stays with the Rockets. Now, this one might not seem like too much of a rumor, but it is a scenario that many people think is possible for a variety of reasons. First and foremost, when the Rockets got Westbrook from the OKC Thunder in exchange for Chris Paul, they made sure to take on Westbrook's big contract, and that means that any major trades would have to absorb that contract or work out deals within the rules of the game to allow that trade to happen financially without hitting a certain cap. The other element for this is that some people think that Westbrook and James Harden can still make this work and go for a title with Houston. It's more about getting other big pieces to help them out and getting an offensive system that could truly help the two high-shooting players to get into a rhythm that will help them get wins. For the Rockets, it's very much a win now versus win later scenario, and what they do with Westbrook will well and truly determine what philosophy they are aiming for. But many sports critics suspect that without a truly overwhelming deal for Westbrook, they'll just keep him and see how he does next season, whenever that may be. Number 7. Rumor number 2. The teams that won't touch him. Just as important as who might trade for him is the question of who won't trade for him. Remember, there are a lot of factors in who is getting involved in a trade, especially for a major player like Russell Westbrook. And because of that, you can take out certain teams for one reason or another. Most of the contenders can be ruled out quickly. The Celtics, Kemba Walker. Warriors, Stephen Curry. Nets, Kyrie Irving. Nuggets, Jamal Murray. Jazz, Donovan Mitchell. Already all have superior long-term lead guards. And all but one of the teams mentioned had good playoff appearances last year, including the Celtics and the Nuggets making it to their conference finals. The Raptors and Heat wouldn't dare punt away 2021 free agency for Westbrook. Both have solid teams and need more along the lines of little pieces to get better, not trading away the whole team to get a player that might not gel with their team-first philosophy. The Lakers and 76ers need ball handling, but they need ball handling that can shoot. They are looking for supplements to LeBron James and Ben Simmons, respectively, not replacements. The Bucks can't afford another non-shooter alongside Giannis. It is an absolute non-starter. So, if not those teams mentioned, who is open to trading for him in one form or another? Number 6, trade rumor number 3, Los Angeles Clippers. In terms of teams who really dropped the ball last season, the Clippers are high on that list. They were supposed to be in the Eastern Conference Finals and have a true battle for LA moment with the Lakers, but instead they dropped not one, but 2 3-1 leads in the playoffs and eventually lost to the Nuggets in the semifinals. They just finished 28th in total passes per game and 22nd in assists, so they need someone that can do both. And that's what Westbrook does, whether he likes it or not. Plus, unlike on past teams with him teamed up with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, he won't have all the pressure on him to perform, so that could go in his favor in regards to trying to finally get that ring. The only problem here is that some think that the Clippers honestly have the squad they need to win. It's just that between injuries and the pandemic, there wasn't enough time to gel and get better. So while they could go and get Westbrook, who is an LA native for the record, the question is, will they? It's hard to say. They could make it work financially, but that would be a tough trigger to pull. Number 5, trade rumor number 4, the New York Knicks. Here's a double-edged sword if there ever was one, because being 100% honest here, the Knicks suck. They just plain suck, and they've sucked for a long time, and it's unclear when they'll ever pull out of that tailspin that they are in. The catch here is that part of the reason they suck is that they haven't had a true star on their squad in years. True, they did have Carmelo Anthony, but he was more concerned about putting up shots at that point in his career instead of helping out the squad. And since then, it's been one disappointment after another. Here's the other thing, while the acquiring of Westbrook would sell tickets, it would also gum up their salary cap, which they honestly don't want because of what might happen in future years, including them not being able to afford other free agents or keeping certain players who are due for bigger contracts. Due to that, the Knicks have explicitly said that if they were to go and get Westbrook, it would have to be on the cheap, which means the Rockets would have to swallow some of that contract, and that might not work out in their favor. Number 4, trade rumor number 5, Orlando Magic. At multiple points in time, the Orlando Magic were seen as a rising star in the Eastern Conference for when players like Shaq, Penny Hardaway, and Dwight Howard, before his spiral, were all on board. But when they lost Howard, they struggled with their identity. Even when they had Victor Oladipo, they didn't play him right, which is why he exploded when he got to the Pacers. They need someone to ground that young squad, and that just might be Russell Westbrook. He's gone and carried teams before and worked with younger players, which might be what they need right here and right now. The issue they'll encounter is that most of their salary is too good to be traded as mere ballast. Yes, the Rockets would probably love Nikola Vucevic, Aaron Gordon, Aaron Fournier, but the Magic would presumably want to keep those players alongside Westbrook. The deal they could work out is feasible in terms of getting around Russell's contract, but the Rockets may not want it because it doesn't give them what they need to help out James Harden. So while it's possible, it doesn't seem like a likely pairing to go down. Number 3, trade rumor number 6, Washington Wizards. This one is honestly a better and more logical trade rumor than you might think, because while it's true that Westbrook has a big contract, the Wizards have their own problem, and that they have a big contract in John Wall. Yeah, you see what's going on here. A Westbrook for John Wall swap helps Washington's case in retaining Bradley Beal. That combination, along with a re-signed Davis Bertans and plenty of supplementary shooting, would at least produce one of the NBA's better offenses. Wall might do the same, but he's a riskier bet given his health. Westbrook, for all of his faults, has been on the court a lot more than Wall, especially in recent seasons. As for why the Rockets would want this deal, Wall has value in raising up their upcoming players, who will be invaluable during their years beyond James Harden. It's not a perfect deal by any means, but it is one that could work, and right there is all the difference. Number 2, trade rumor number 7, San Antonio Spurs. Here's one that may seem unlikely, but hear us out for a bit, okay? The Spurs are up to something. Rumors surrounding LaMarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan have grown louder of late. Westbrook doesn't necessarily fit the rebuilding bill most expected following an impressive bubble showing from their younger players. But he gives Popovich a chance to make his way back into the playoffs before he calls it quits. Plus, DeRozan has an expiring contract that could help both the Spurs and the Rockets, who will take him in, see how it goes, and then likely dump him afterward, freeing up all their cap space. And if it gives Greg Popovich one last run, that's worth it. Number 1, trade rumor number 8, New Orleans Pelicans. This one is super simple in its construction. It would be about giving Zion Williamson a wingman. He'll need it to lead the team to a championship because he cannot do it on his own, especially if the team is worried about his health all the time. There were rumors about John Wall going to the Pelicans, so that means that Westbrook could work there as well. That pairing could honestly work in the Pelicans' favor, and we know they have pieces to move because of all that they got during the Anthony Davis trade. So for a young team with an eye on a title, yeah, Westbrook might be what they try and get. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the various trade rumors surrounding Russell Westbrook and the many teams that may want him, or at least interested in trading for him? Which of these teams do you personally think have the best shot at going and getting Westbrook? Do you think they'll be truly improved if they were to get him? Or is it too much of a risk? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.